Akira The Don.
He's got clout, 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 clout.
It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor, just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, we might as well say, we might as well say, we might as well, might as well, might as well say. It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? It's a beautiful day in this neighborhood, a beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? I have always wanted to have a neighbor, just like you. I've always wanted to live in a neighborhood with you. So let's make the most of this beautiful day. Since we're together, we might as well say, we might as well say, we might as well say, we might as well, might as well, might as well say.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hooray, hooray. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hooray, beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Hooray, hooray. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. Hooray, hooray. 1, 4, 3. Sing it. 1, 4, 3. Mine, won't you be mine? Yeah, would you be mine? Won't you be mine? Won't you be mine? Hey, hey you. Hey you, brave citizen of Maz. Good day, neighbor. So good to see you here in the beautiful city of Maz, the beautiful, sacred, sovereign temple city of the MAZ, the MEANINGWAVE Autonomous Zone, where we don't need motivation because we've got meaning and discipline equals freedom. We also happen to live in the future. You know, we live in the future. It's nice in the future, you know. It's nice in the future, you got the benefit of hindsight. You go, yeah, that's why that happened, because of that. And you can be certain in your righteousness. Yeah. How'd that one go? How'd that song go? I can't remember. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 2, 3, 4. 3, 2, 3, 4. 4, 2, 3, 4. I'm a man called Adam, living in the future. Make all my tunes on a computer. Update my website daily. Interscope's the label that pays me. The DSL for the living room, connect to the phone, and I keep that shit running past 6 in the morning. Oh, downloading songs, soft synth software, and episodes of South Park. www.wutangcorp.com. That shit's the bomb. They just uploaded like 46 songs. I'ma rip that shit while I read about wrongs on blog sites. Yo, I get so excited. Search for something and I find it. 85 gigs left. And the BPI hasn't sued me yet. Sweet ball, tower PC, wireless key, port, sound, port, fruity loops and acid cracked off. Cause I go, I love living in the future, baby ball. Cable out the back, right out the jack, Eureka, into the amp, then the speaker, input connector, aux go. I love living in the future where we can see. Oh no, this was the chorus bit here. I came in too early. Wow, that song dated, huh? Well, we can see celebrities in bed is amazing. And we can watch I say? And you can call your mom from the top of the bus. The same phone does sums, takes photos and cooks. What is it? Oh yeah. And you can call your mom from the top of the bus. The same phone does sums, takes photos and cooks. You can read books on them. Can't believe it's true. I was bored back at the gig, so I watched Red Sun Zoos The Art of War. It's 1984, it's 2001. We got sliding doors, computer games on planes. There's still cops on Fox. There isn't, but a cock like me can get on top of the bus. Sweet ball. Yeah. Eureka, into the and something about a speaker. Future baby ball, cable at the back, on a fruity jack. Eureka, into the app, then the speaker. Input connector aux. Bitch, I love living in the future, baby. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yo, so in that song from, what was that, 2005? I was, what did I say, computer games on planes. All excited because I got a plane to go to LA, and then I got that record deal, innit? And I played Street Fighter on the plane. I was so gassed. It was a Virgin plane. They gave me socks. I remember it so well. I was so excited. I was in business class. They gave me socks and a toothbrush, and I could play Street Fighter on the back of the chair. I was like, oh, living in the future. Amazing. What else to say? Like ADSL. Yo. What else was I gassed about in that? Yeah, was it computer games on planes? There's still cops on Fox. And a cock like me can get on top of the pops. Top of the Pops doesn't exist anymore. Didn't exist about a week after that song came out, frankly. Cops, is Cops still on the TV? Didn't they ban Cops for like having cops in it or something? Did they? I don't know. And I said something about, what did I say? It's 1984 times 2001. We got sliding doors. That was it. Yeah, 1984 updates. I don't know if you've ever read 1984. I'm sure you have. Everyone's read 1984, right? 2 + 2 = 5. That's the thing they do in 1984, so they can totally exert to prove that they control you completely, right? To totally prove they've got complete control over you and your mind. They can tell you something that is patently obvious, and you have to say something that, like, obviously not the truth, and you have to say that. And that means they control you, right? You go, you have to say 2 + 2 = 5 and believe it, and then they know they control you completely. I've been really like trying to ignore what would you call it, Twitter culture or something? You know the stuff that the morons do, the stuff that the creepy morons get up to. But am I tripping? Are they really trying to argue that 2 + 2 = 5 this week? And if you don't believe that, that's one of those istophisms. Is that really what they're up to? Oh, it's so amazing. Oh man, yo. Oh, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive, baby. We living in the future. You're living in the future if you got people actively trying to argue that 2 and 2 is 5. Shouts out to George Orwell. George Orwell, you know, if they could just like connect some wires up to his grave, you know what I mean? They could power a country from that spinning. Yeah, boy, George Orwell spinning so hard in that grave, you could power the entirety of North America off of that shit. Yo, come on, baby. Well, that was Sammy Morris says, Twitter is a goddamn dumpster fire. I mean, I try really keep my timeline pruned, baby. You know, I just follow like interesting people and stuff, and then mute people when they start getting going down corridors of the annoying, and then unmute them when they come down. You know, some people, they go down a corridor of the annoying, and then they re-emerge a little while later, you know. But like right now, it's very difficult. It's very difficult indeed. So I just like duck in there, like drop something useful, check my replies, mute a bunch of conversations. Please, people, stop having arguments in my bloody mentions. Bloody hell. People just start having crazy arguments in my mentions. I just got pages and pages of people shouting at each other about nonsense. Chill. Honestly, arguing on the internet, like, rarely achieved anything useful. Rarely. I mean, I would go as far as to say I've never seen it happen. But I did ask recently, I asked a little while ago on my YouTube or something, I said, and it was kind of almost a rhetorical question. I was like, you know, has an argument on the internet ever changed your mind about anything? And then like 2 people were like, well, actually, there was this one time. So I was like, all right, fine. However, I have not had an argument on the internet since 2003. You know? and I'm trying to keep it that way, baby. I'm keeping it that way. Yeah. Hurrah. Oh, what? Yeah, super chats are unavailable. Oh, man, what? They yeeted the super chats. Oh. Man, that sucks. I think I know why as well. Yeah, that might be for a few days while we work it out. Well, in the meantime, you can use the PayPal link. There's a PayPal link in the description, so you can use that, and that will send me notifications. So if you want to donate in that way that you normally do, you can use the PayPal link in the thing below, and that will send me a notification. You can put a message on it and all that. Or you can go by whatever. Anyway, it's 143. It's 143, and first off, I gotta say, I gotta apologize because I was a bit late. I was not here at 7. If you're listening live, you saw, you were like, where's Akira The Don? He hasn't even scheduled his stream. What is going on? Why has he not scheduled his stream? Well, I did not schedule my stream because I didn't know what time it was because I was so busy building Don Studios Dripping Springs next door, you know, with my Milwaukee drill and my Milwaukee handsaw, my power drill thing and my step ladder and my T-square and my stud finder and all them activities, baby. You know, I've built all my panels. I was installing my panels. And you know, you come across when you're building stuff, you have a couple of little unconsidered eventualities or whatever. You know, I was like, oh, wait a minute. How am I going to access the plugs? I built these great big flipping acoustic panels, right? Giant, big as God, to make a great big beautiful wall. In fact, 3 big beautiful walls. First, big beautiful walls, right? In Don Studios Dripping Springs to soak up all the sound and make it sound nice and also be aesthetically pleasing. But they get in the way of the plugs. I was like, oh no, now what I'm gonna do? So I had to like carve some holes in the bottom of the panels and make it nice. And I did. Very nice. But yeah, I was so caught up in doing that. And Charlotte, beautiful wife, was helping me. And I went, hey, wifey, what time is it? And she said, oh goodness, it's 4 minutes to 7. And I said, oh, cool, gosh, blimey, I haven't even set the stream up yet. I haven't even made a thumbnail. That's never happened before. You know, so I ran, pew, 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 pew. And, you know, we got in here. And, yeah, we're here now, so that's cool. So I hope you want to put out. And you can't super chat, and that's very sad. It's very sad, and, you know, we just have to deal with it. We just have to deal with it. We just have to deal with it, baby. But we're here. We're here. It's Honey AF, The Drip. Yeah, we in the drip, baby. We live in the drip. Live in the drip for 143. 143. You know what? That's what Mr. Rogers speak for I love you. Because of the letters, right? 1 for I, 4 for love, 3 for you. I love you. So this is the I love you stream. That's what it is. And yeah, but every stream is the I love you stream because I love you every stream, you know? Every stream I love you. And you know, when you love someone, what'd you do? Well, you will take care of him, won't you? You would take care of someone if you loved him, wouldn't you? I think you would. I think you would.
I do remember making the public service announcement for the war. It was a plea for parents to allow their children to know that they would do everything they could to keep their children safe. Because that's what children would be concerned about. There was all of this stuff on television about people getting killed and, you know, people in the direst of straits with
visages that were tortured. And I understand that. I mean, I understand why that would need to be shown. But if children happen to see that, they could be frightened terribly. So, in fact, news programs are probably the most frightening programs for anybody. What I wanted the parents to know was that invariably, when children see something like that, their first thought will be, what will happen to me? So, you know, whether we could be absolutely sure of this fact or not, we need to say it. I will take care of you. We need to say it.
You hear that? You hear that? It's true. It's true. And I will take care of you, MAZ. I will take care of you by streaming every day. Twice a day. I promised you that when Tom Hanks first came to town with his filthy disease. With Ellen DeGeneres and her degenerate behaviors. You know, first started doing weird stuff on Twitter with playing cards or whatever it was. Ellen DeGenerate. Why doesn't everyone call her Ellen DeGenerate? They should. They should. Tom Hanks and Ellen DeGenerate and the communist Chinese, they came around town with their annoyances. And I said, hey, don't you worry about a thing. I will take care of you. I will take care of the vibes. And I won't be alone. Why? Because I got you. That means we. We will do it together. We will take care of each other. We will build a cathedral. We will build a city. It's a bit like Animal Crossing, really. MAZ is a lot like Animal Crossing. Now I'm playing Animal Crossing and I see it for what it is, which is amazing. Now I see how it's so similar to what we've been doing here in Mass.
You know,
except Animal Crossing is a bit creepy and it's a bit like The Prisoner, and I'm not sure what these raccoons are up to. I don't know what they're up to. I don't know what they want. I don't know if I'm really ever allowed off this island. I don't know what they're up to. You know, what's in the food? I don't trust these raccoons.
You know, my mother used to say, a long time ago, whenever there would be any really catastrophe that was...
That's right, Kailash, you rascal Neko.
...movies or on the air, she would say, always...
I gotta rewind that. That's just the wrong attitude to go into that song with. That's a really beautiful, touching song. I can't be laughing at Kailash Rascal Nekov typing all in caps. Yeet those communists. Yeet, yeet, yeet. You making good use of the yeet emoji. Yeet the communists. I mean, there's an anthem.
You know, my mother used to say, a long time ago, whenever there would be any really catastrophe that was in the movies or on the air, she would say, always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers. She would say, always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers. You know, even just on the sidelines. That's why I think that if news programs could make a conscious effort of showing rescue teams, of showing medical people, anybody who is coming into a place where there's a tragedy, to be sure that they include that. Because if you look for the helpers, you'll know that there's hope.
Yeah.
She would say, always look for the helpers. There will always always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers. She would say, always look for the helpers. There will always be helpers.
Yeah. Always for the helpers. That was Fred Rogers there. And Akira The Don, of course, you know. And some beautiful rain sounds and a beautiful message, which is always true, always true. Whenever any messed up stuff is occurring, look for the helpers. You know, when you're at the F1, you know, and they have a terrible crash, you know, and there's always helpers, always people running out, you know. Anytime, baby, anytime some nasty stuff goes down, there's always those, like, you know, those brave people. The people rushing into the burning buildings type people, you know. Tom Hanks comes to town with his filthy disease, and there's always some people that'll be out there to greet him and make sure he isn't causing too much havoc. You know, shouts out to them. Shouts out, what's going on in New Jersey? Is the power out in Jersey? Is the power out in Jersey? Yo. Hey, listen. This was supposed to be a request show. And the way we do the request show normally is, you know, we do it on Super Chat because in the back end it pins the messages and then I can have a look and see and it shows and it's all that type of thing. So we just won't do a request show today. We'll save it for when PayPal's back. And I mean when Super Chats are back. If they ever come back. Pray that Super Chats come back. I'm sure they will. Shout out to how'd you like this? We have, you know, we got the turntable up here yesterday to play the Watts record, to play the Alan Watts test pressings. And I was like, I could use the turntable for adding extra production value to the show. So we've got Heisenberg and a tiger spinning around, you know? However, they do seem to be confusing the camera and causing the camera to dip in and out of focus consistently. So I guess they can chill. But it was fun for a minute, right? Did it make you think better of the show? Did it make you think more highly of the production of the show? I mean, you know, we've got lights in here now, right? We've got these lights. I think the lights have helped a bit. You know, bit by bit, incremental improvements every day. We just try and make it a little bit better every day for you guys, you know? Joe's Bakery says, I was hoping you were going to play Watts Wave 5 on vinyl. Well, I will be. We will be. Just as soon as it arrives. It hasn't arrived yet. We're waiting for it to arrive. That's, you know, and when that arrives, we'll play it on stream. And we can all decide if the test pressing is fit for consumption. We did that last night. If you weren't here, we did that last night. It was wonderful. And we decided it was indeed fit for consumption. The test pressing of Watts Wave 6 was wonderful. It was beautiful. It made my heart soar. It made my heart go boom, boom, boom. You know, and I still haven't listened to that Peter Gabriel song that I was singing all day yesterday. I still haven't listened to it. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that arriving. And also, good news, gang. Good news. Good news. The Source Genie himself, friend of the stream and friend of the wave, Captain Jack, is working on the layout of the design for the albums and single. Captain Jack is doing that right now, baby. It's very exciting, you know, because as you know, Captain Jack is a saucy fellow. He's a very saucy fellow, and you know, I'd wanted him to do it, but like I thought he was too busy in New York with all this stuff, you know. And then we got chatting, and like he's like, "What, are you crazy? What are you crazy, Akira The Don? Come on, you should come to Captain Jack first." So that's very exciting because he's very saucy fellow. Saucy Jack Axel Sachs says, that's the guy, yeah. Bradley Smith says, Ramdas Wave. Yeah, but you all got to be patient, baby. But I hear you. And best believe Good things come to those who are righteous and are in the MAZ. Good things come to those in the MAZ. That's right, Samuel Morris. Well, if it isn't Saucy Jack, that's right, Captain Jack is doing, yeah, it's just like extra levels of sauce. We'll get him on here to talk about it soon. But we're already talking about the next one. And, we got some big plans for the next one. Oh, we got some saucy big plans for the next one, by Jove. Yeah, we do, baby. Okay, Word XP says, holy, basically 1 million people don't have power in New Jersey for days. Whoa. Whoa, that's crazy. Who here's in Jersey? You all good? Are you all okay? What you all up to? What's cracking? Let me know what's cracking, Jers. I know we got people from New Jersey in the house. We always do. Shouts out to Dirty Jersey, you know, Dirty Jersey. Yo. You know, people in New Jersey, hardcore people though, you know? Like, New Jersey people are the sort of people who could construct, like, a power grid out of, like, out of kitten spines. You know, and discarded bits of polymer. You know, like polymer clay and kitten spines and, like, pieces of all bust-up He-Man action figures. The people of New Jersey could construct all sorts of stuff. They're a construction type of a society, you know? I know many people from New Jersey. They're very, very hard-working, very industrious, very powerful, very good at headbutts. You know, they can deliver, you know, like, the people who are the best at headbutts on Earth are Glaswegians. They are the best at headbutts, but the people in America who are best at headbutts are probably people from New Jersey. Probably New Jersey, although there was that one guy. So this is, he was the guy, he's called Jeff, right? He's a cool cat, Jeff. Jeff was a cool cat. And Jeff was the guy who took me to Jimmy Ivy. You know, and he's the guy who wanted to sign me to Interscope, and he took me to Jimmy Iovine, you know? He said, this guy's the future, and Jimmy Iovine had a listen, was like, holy cow, this guy is the future. But anyway, before Jeff decided he wanted to work with me, he thought he'd do some weird testing of my metal to see what metal I was constructed of, you know? And he took me out to some bar and stuff, and was like trying to get me to do cocaine, and I wasn't having any of it. And he was kind of impressed by that, you know? And then he headbutted me and just sort of looked at me and smiled. So I headbutted him back. And I got to say, he's a massive guy, this guy, Jeff, right? He's like, you know the way some Americans, they're just huge. I don't know what they eat, like steak and, you know, burger patties. I don't know. Like, some of these Americans are just massive, man. You know what I mean? And this was a massive-ass American, baby. And he had, like, that Batman jaw. You know, like Batman got the jaw like a box of cereal. You know, Jeff had the Batman jaw. And he's just a big motherfucker, you know? And he headbutts me in this club in New York on the Lower East Side. Bam! And smiles at me. I thought, And I headbutted him back. Bang! Like that. Just like, but you know, he's big. He's up there, you know what I mean? So I had to launch off. You know that whoof, that thing? But I learned that from a Glaswegian. There was a kid in my school. He was a little fucker from Scotland. And he was just like, he was little and angry, you know? He was little and angry. And in Wales, where I grew up, if you like someone, you call them the C word, you know? You call them the C swear word. If you like him, you know, and I called him that, and he didn't like that at all, you know? He got in a fight with me, and he headbutted me. He gave a really good headbutt. But he was like a little guy, and I'm not that big, but he launched up at me, like, like that. So I learned that from him, and then I tried it on one of these big guys who used to like try fight me every. Well, he did fight me. He didn't try. He successfully fought me every day, and he overpowered me because he was massive. Then I learned the little guy headbutt trick, where you do the whoop, and you get up there, you launch up, you know. So anyway, I did that on Jeff, and I did that, and Jeff reeled back, and then he just burst out laughing. And he picked me up and he bear hugged me, and apparently I passed the test. That was the right thing. I was supposed to headbutt back, and if I hadn't headbutted him back, he'd have been like, nah, I can't work with this guy. Doesn't matter if he is the second coming of Jesus Christ himself. You know, so anyway, aside from that guy, the people I've met who are very good at headbutting people in New Jersey, and so shouts out to them. Hey, thank you 1234G explaining to people what the C word is, just in case no one knew. Just in case no one knew. This is a family show. You know, and I only occasionally swear. I'm very good at not swearing too much. 123G says, oh, God bless. Just came home from an evening out with friends, had a few brewskis, few laughs, came home, me and my Goggy Jakey's chilling, and now I'm blessed with waves. God is good, baby. God is good. God is good. Tahani AF says, Brian Dawkins is an example of that wild Jersey strength. By the way, what we're listening to now, I'll just stop talking in a minute so you can bask in the glory. Check this out. I forgot I did this. I made a bunch of classical trap beats for Taco Bell. Yo, that was hard, huh? I forgot about that. Yo, I forgot about that. That was in my working on instrumentals, waiting to invent MEANINGWAVE phase. That was my... And I made a bunch of classical beats for Taco Bell. And I don't know what happened to him. I don't know what happened to him. I just made them and sent them in, and I got paid a small amount of money. And, yeah. Forgot about that totally. I should totally dig those out and update them and use them for something sick, some sick MEANINGWAVE. Yo, who'd sound good on these? Who'd sound good on this? Luke Ford says, great, now I want tacos. Mikhail says, I actually listen to classical trap every day during my work. Lol Buck is always good. Axel Stack says, Bob Ross. Word XP says, this would sound great with JBP. Everything sounds great with JBP. Joe's Bakery says, you probably owe Taco Bell something for playing them. Ha! No, I don't. There was no paperwork. There was no nothing. It was kind of a weird thing. I'm going to look up what happened with that. I'm going to look up what happened with that. Yeah. Stephen Williams says, Jocko. Man like Luke Forward says, man like Jordan Maxwell. Shouts out to Jordan Maxwell. What a guy. Professor Dr. Alchemist says, Batman. Yeah, Word XP says, how can I listen to this track again later, Akira? Rewind the meaning stream. listen to the meaning stream again. You know, or the podcast. It doesn't. It's not out anywhere. I forgot I had it. It's just in my. I gotta like. I just imported loads of stuff onto this DJ laptop from my computer machine, and it brought in a bunch of instrumentals that I made that I forgot about. So when I'm talking, I just have this instrumental crate, you know, and I just flick through it and pull in instrumentals, you know, to talk over. It's called a sound bed. And then I just keep finding cool shit that I forgot I did. You know? So, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I got another one. I got a bunch of these. But I can only find 2 right now. But I know I did a bunch. Let's see if this is good or not. So far, so good. Ooh! Yo! Oh man, I gotta dig into my ad music folders. I got some stuff. Hey. Oh my god, this is amazing. Yo, shouts out to Dirty Jersey. I don't know what that shit. I don't even remember making that. That's called 05 Beach V1A. I guess that was some beach-related advert. I did loads of advert music back in the day. I forgot about it. What's up? D Humphrey 214 says no power, no Wi-Fi, but wanted to check in. Wait, how? Epic activities today, clearing trees from the yard after that storm in the Dirty Jersey. The tunes on the headphones? ATD, of course. Proud of you. Shouts out to Dirty Jersey all day long. Proud of you getting after it, utilizing what little resources you have to check in on the meaning stream and putting the place back together like a G. Very epic activities right there. Proud of you. You know who's moving back to Jersey? Oh my God! I mean, oh blessed Jesus. So much bad linguistic programming I've really got to sort out. What do you say instead of oh my goodness? Hey. Oh, this is hard. Oh man, I need to use this for something too. Archaic Revival. Akira The Don. Leonidas Cleophas also got no power in Long Island. Stay safe out there. Stay safe, baby. D Humphrey 214 says, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Tahani AF says, we say oh my in the South. I'm in the South. I'm going to start saying oh my. We're in the South for you, Tahani AF. Austin Z said, I said the F word twice in one sentence today. I love swearing, mate. I honestly love swearing. But this is a family show, so I can't swear so much. You know, but I do love to swear. I do love it very much. Rick Adelsey, what's up, baby? Says, Akira, you kept me going through lockdown. Now slowly going back to my job a few days a week. Just ordered a shirt and a hoodie yesterday. Can't wait for them to arrive. Bless you. Bless you, baby. I'm proud of you as well, and I'm glad you're getting back to work. I know it's different for everybody. Some people are, some people are going back to normal. Some people are going back to lockdown. It's all over the place. The important thing is to, keep your mind right. Keep that mind right, baby. Keep them vibes regulated. Be grateful. Be prudent. Be smart. Knoxville, Tennessee. That sounds righteous. Yo. Robert Easy says you can say bless your heart when someone does something stupid. I say bless your heart when people do nice things and stupid things, you know? Nice and stupid. Nice and stupid. Ooh. Man, should I just I think this will be the play unused beats show. Play really old beats. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Wow. This is like 2003. This is very, very early Akira The Don making beats. You can tell I always had a snare that went clap. That ugly ass snare. I love that snare. Yeah. Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh, yeah. Joey Diaz is going back to Jersey. Joey Diaz is going back to Jersey, and they're stopping the podcast. The Church of What's Happening Now, one of the best podcasts that I hadn't been listening to too closely for the past little while. I used to listen to it like all the time, pretty much every night, because when I started listening to it, they were at number like 50 or something, you know. So I had a little backlog to get through. And it was when I was in Wales, getting ready to move to Los Angeles, and I was running on the beach on every night barefoot, you know, like a young stallion. Getting fit, getting in the shape of my life, getting ready to go and, invade America. Get that new life in that new world. And I was listening to a lot of Joey Diaz, you know. I was listening to the Church of What's Happening Now podcast. I love that podcast. You know, just Joey Diaz telling his war stories and, dosing Lee Syatt, his co-host, who's like a kid. He's grown now, you know. But he was a kid, and he just said, "Hey, Joey Diaz, you should have a podcast, and I'll press the buttons for you." You know, I think that was the story. And that was like 10 years ago, or like 8 years ago, or something. And now it's time for them to say goodbye. And it's just interesting. They basically started that around the time I started the move to here. You know, I always talk about this 7-year cultural cycle. You know. And the most recent one's 2013 to 2020. In 2013, we just jumped off the psychedelic cliff into the nihilistic sort of darknessy type world, down to earth, and it was a lot of aspects of that. One of the aspects of it is we were just talking about like reality, or like so-called reality. It was sort of material concerns and what have you, and a podcast like Joey Diaz's, which was raw and gritty and real, really actually made complete sense in that kind of context. You know, it was a wonderful thing, that Joey Diaz podcast. Now we're heading back into the weird. You'll notice that, like, Rogan hasn't really been talking about aliens for, like, the past 7 years, really, not that much, you know? He's going to start talking about aliens big time again, you know? So that's where the culture's going. But yeah, it was like around 2013, I guess, they started doing the Church of What's Happening Now, and I was moving my ass to it, getting ready to move my ass to LA, and now I left LA, you know? I left LA, I live in Texas now, baby, and Coco, Joey Diaz, sees the writing on the wall too, and he's leaving LA also. And he tells similar stories to me, you know, he's like, he's seen LA just fall apart. Well, not fall apart, you know, it seems to be deliberate. They've deliberately allowed this to happen, or created the circumstances for it to happen, or whatever it is. You know, he's talking about he lives in a nice bit of LA, and they got a really nice park. He takes his kid to the park, and some like crackhead's just lurking in the bushes and just jumps out at them, you know, and like, and this is a real nice park, and that's like, yeah, it was the same with us. The park we used to take Hercules to, on what was the name of the road? It was this park. It was like off Sunset down. The name of the road had something to do with like Red Indians. I can't remember what it was, but there was a real nice park there. We called it the Sandy Park because it was sandy. You know, we used to go down there, and then you can't go there now. It's just crackhead run. It's crackhead run and owned and operated. It's like the sand is full of broken needles and stuff. And like, it was real nice when we first came to LA and started going there. And you know, it was like the Hollywood Boulevard. I lived on Hollywood Boulevard 4 years, you know, and that's really not everything it's cracked up to be. But now, that thing, like our old coffee shop, which is the coffee shop, I've talked about this previously, but like, you know, I met Xena Warrior Princess in that coffee shop. It was like the Hollywood coffee shop on the corner of the road where it's the Mae West statues, the silver Mae West statues. As welcome to Hollywood. And there's the coffee shop, Tiago, you know. And, you know, I saw Jeff Goldblum in there. You know, with very nice trousers. And now, like, the coffee shop's shut down and there's a homeless encampment outside. And they've built walls around the homeless encampment now. It's not just there's a homeless encampment, it's like they're trying to build their own autonomous zone. So anyway, Joey Diaz is like, you know, he had this situation with like a crackhead jumping out and trying to come sit next to his daughter and stuff. He went to the car and got his gun, you know. He's like, I'm too old for this shit. So he's going back to Jersey. The LA dream is, you know, he came to LA from Colorado and all that, and it was all on that dream of being a comedian and booking gigs, you know, booking commercials or bit parts in Spider-Man, you know, that type of thing, that life. So many people come to LA on that dream. I'm a screenwriter, I'm an actor. Every bar I DJ'd in, everyone who worked in that bar was an actor. Every one of them. Every waitress, every barman, every bar back, every single one of them was a waiter. I mean, sorry, he was an actor. And every single one of them had a script, and every single one of them had an idea for a Netflix pilot. Every single one of them. Now Hollywood's dead. Hollywood itself, I was hearing today, Hollywood itself is stopping making stuff in Hollywood because it's too expensive. So they're like, what few productions they are now doing, they're not going to make them like there anymore. Like, that whole scene, the whole game is up, baby. The whole jig is up. The jig is up. But yeah, shouts out to Joey Diaz. Shouts out to the Church of What's Happening Now. Shouts out to Lee Sayat. You know, I love that show. I love what they brought to the game. I love what they brought to the game. They brought this just beautiful honesty. You know, it's like, listen to Joey Diaz talk. I don't know. Joey Diaz, he's one of those few people. My homie Big Nasty's like that. There's certain people, they're just inherently funny. They're just naturally funny. Like, they could read the phone book and it's funny. They could just walk in a room and look at you sideways and it's funny. I only ever met a couple of people like that. Like, Big Nasty's that way. You know, and Joey Diaz is that way. That guy's just funny. You know, and he's going back home, baby. For the first time in like 25 years. Gonna make those stupid memories new memories.
Akira.
Sometimes you do that in life. He's going that third act.
This is a tough weekend for me, my friend. Could I go home? I don't know why. It doesn't bother me, but it does bother me. Gotta go to the cemetery. Gotta drive around the neighborhood. Gonna see all my old haunts. have are stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have are stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. When I drive on 76th Street and I'm parked in that light, I'm gonna make a left at the Lex light on 77th to go to Luz's house. And I look over my right shoulder and I don't see Ashways there. It just does something to me, you know? It just fucking does something to me. I don't break down. I don't need to go to a therapist, but it kicks you in the stomach. It kicks your youth in the stomach. Kicks who you were as a child in the stomach. I didn't know anything as a kid. I just always thought Ashways would be there. See what I'm saying? We all have our own Ashways. We all have memories of that fucking childhood deli or pizza place or Chinese place or whatever the fuck that you were in there and you tortured the people and they gave you credit and one day you swallowed a fucking roach in there by mistake and they didn't tell nobody and they gave you free food for the rest of your life. I'll say that name for the rest of my life. Ashways, you know? All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. But tomorrow I get to go home and I'll drive by at night and I just shake my head. You know, I always go down by my mother's bar and make a left on Bergen Line Avenue and I see what that's like now. And that's completely different. Then I hook a left on New York Avenue and I shoot all the way up to like fucking 48th and I cut all the way to fucking Hudson Avenue. And I go all the way to 60th and I make a fucking left down County Boulevard and I hit Veneris. And I see what it looks like at night. Then I make a fucking right up. I got the same route every time, dog. Because that's the route I had as a child. I don't know. And that's it. I don't get out. I don't breathe the air. I just take that one ride to see what happened. Just kicked me in the stomach. Just to shoot whatever dreams I had down. And I was like, I ever go back to Jersey and it's gonna be the same, you know? All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. I went down there when I was with my daughter last year. I took her down there and I walked around with them. I took them to the fucking park I played at. I had a great time with them. I didn't break down physically or mentally enough. I thought I would, Lee. See, right now, sometimes I think, oh my God, this is gonna be hard on me. It ain't shit. It ain't shit. I breezed right fucking through it. You know, I thought when I would walk into the high school a few years ago, I would have a nervous breakdown. None of that shit happened. None of that shit happened. I don't know how I dealt with it, Lee. Over the years, doing all that coke and sitting there alone like a fucking loser and writing about my past, all that shit fucking cleared the air in my mind. I don't know how. I don't know how. When I walk on the streets a little bit sometimes, I go, wow, I remember walking on the street after I did this, or I remember walking on the street after I did that. 30 years ago, I was getting chased in that fucking parking lot. Chased. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. All I have is stupid memories. I cherish them more than anything in the fucking world. Now I pull up to my house. You know, I look at the baby, I look at my wife, and I go, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, come on. Make some noise for Joey Diaz. Make some noise for Joey Diaz. Make some noise for New Jersey. Make some noise for Houseways. Everybody got that Houseways. Yo, making some noise for that record in general. Nearly dropped a tear there. That one gets me. That one gets me, baby. That one, you should have been there when I was trying to make that record. That was a difficult record to make because I just kept busting out tears, baby. Drip, drip. You know, like that. A little splish splash, you know? You know, just a little, one little, a solitary manly, like that, you know? And then you have to compose yourself and get back at it. You know, that's one of them. One of the alchemical ones. End of an era, baby. End of an era. You know, Disney about to go bankrupt. Disney in such trouble, baby. Ain't no one going to their stinking parks. Ain't nobody watching their ideologically possessed Star Wars movies. You know, ain't nobody going to no movies. Ain't nobody paying for no Disney Plus. When you gotta cut the belt, you know what I mean? When you gotta cut the belt and you get one of those apps that goes, all right, what am I paying for regular I don't need to be paying for? I think Disney Plus gotta be one of the first ones to go. They put out one show, right? Have they done anything other than The Mandalorian? Have they done one other show? You're like, flipping heck, Disney. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? You know, you could have at least, like, you know, I got homies. You know, Kara, who was in the Jocko video, she made a TV show during quarantine. Nasty just made one. He called it, what do you call it? Corona Ninja. He's just like dressing up as a ninja and like pissing around in the woods. Disney ain't done what? Disney ain't made shit. What are you doing, Disney? You had one job. You had one job, and honor the legacy of the genius whose name you operate under. What did you do? Fuck up Star Wars. Flipping heck. I mean, how difficult is it to do Star Wars? Joseph Campbell wrote you a template. George Lucas followed that template, did very well. All you had to do was do that again. You know, change some of the character names or whatever. It's a template. It's a formula. It's worked for thousands of years. You think, don't get me started. Austin Z says, favorite Disney princesses? Who you asking? Who you talking to? Yo, come on. Kailash Rascal Nekov has a very good point. He says, who needs Disney Plus when MEANINGWAVE exists? Well, quite. Who indeed? Who indeed? Ego Cognis says, final season of the Clone Wars, including a tokenized empowered Huaman. Oh, did they bugger up Clone Wars? People were telling me to watch Clone Wars. Do I just not bother? If they bugger it up at the end, I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Cosmic Kangaroo says they're releasing a new live-action release of Mulan on Disney+. Yeah, because they're remaking all of their cartoons in live action, because that's what's the... don't get me started on that as well. It's so foolish. It makes no sense. The point of a cartoon is to do what live action cannot. Why would you then live actionify it? It's creepy. It's creepy when you do that. It doesn't look right. It looks creepy. Yeah, they're putting Mulan on there, right? And they're going to charge you $30 on top to watch that. And the excuse being like, well, if you went to the movies, you'd have spent that. Yeah, but you're in the movies. And you don't go to the movies for the movie. This is what people fail to understand. You don't go to the movies for the movie. You go for the ritual. You go for the sacred ritual. It's a holy thing. You go to the movies for the same reason people go to church. It's a sacred ritual. You go there, you put on a certain kind of clothing, you buy a set, you get popcorn, you do all this ritual. It's a ritual. You don't just stick that on a streaming service and charge extra for it and say it's the same thing. It ain't the same thing. If I pay you $30 Disney Plus, am I going to get the popcorn smell? It's like a roach gonna crawl up my leg. You know, I need that experience. This, if you want to get rich, I've said this before, if you want to get rich right now, you'll work out a post-Tom Hanks disease manner of providing that movie experience, but not the same thing. It's like with habits, right? It's like with habits. If you want to break a habit, you don't break a habit. You replace it with another one. But it's got to be something that kind of occupies a similar kind of sphere somehow. Gets you that same good feeling, because you want that good feeling. You know, you got to get that good feeling. So if you want to get rich in 2020-21, right, you want to come up with a way that's going to replace that good feeling people got from going to the movies. And it ain't by putting movies on. It ain't that. It ain't that, baby. It's something else. I don't know what it was. If I knew what it was, I'd have done it and I'd be a billionaire. But it is something. Andrew Clunis, yes, super chats are disabled. They are temporarily disabled. They are temporarily, what's the politically correct way of saying that? I don't know. Impaired? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, you can use PayPal. Hit that PayPal link in the description. If you want to chuck money at the screen, you know, and do that thing, pew pew pew, and it's of course appreciated. You can hit the PayPal link. That's right, Robert Easy. It's the ritual and the experience. Ritual and the experience. Caroline H says, I fall asleep at the movies. A very expensive nap. But isn't it a lovely one? My wife does that. She thought she used to do that back in the day. Before Tom Hanks, we'd go to the movies, and they're all terrible. When was the last time there was a good movie? Anyway, they don't even do those anymore. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood was pretty good. I like the bit at the end where he like flamethrowered all the what you call them, ideologically possessed. All these ideologically possessed tried to break into their house, right? Those little kids, and they were all like, "You didn't use the right noun," or whatever it was. And Brad Pitt was like, or was it Leo? It was one of them cats. That was a pretty good movie. That was pretty good. But, you know, most of them is rubbish. What was that one that they did, Addams Family? That sucked. They don't even make good movies anymore. What is the point of you? You got one job, Hollywood. You got one job, and you can't do that job. And some might say, actually, their job is to, indoctrinate and brainwash. Well, you can't indoctrinate and brainwash with shitty movies. You got to make good ones. Then it works. It doesn't work if they suck. It doesn't work if they suck. You got to do it. You got to make good ones. They knew that. They knew that. Walt Disney knew that. Yo. Samuel Morris says, Black Panther I absolutely enjoyed in theater with friends more than anything in years. All right, look. That movie was terrible. The whole end sequence looked like a PlayStation 3 video game. Cut sequence. It was just like two Black Panthers rolling around with really bad CGI. And that Black Panther guy, anyway, what? He had a flower. The flower made him ace. Why couldn't everyone else have the flower? Why did he keep the flower to himself? Huh? And why they kept everything to themselves and didn't share none of their magical flowers with no one else, bunch of bumholes. And then that little scientist girl called Bilbo Baggins a colonizer. It's like, shut up, you've been holding all the magic flowers. Who do you think you are, magic science girl with all the magic flowers? What the heck? That film made make no flipping sense. That film made no sense whatsoever. It was a solid 6. Like all Marvel movies are a solid 6 or 7. You know, they're enjoyable if you don't think about it for more than 2 seconds. Do not think about those films for more than 2 seconds. It all falls apart. That's the lesson. But that one was particularly stupid. What was up with them rhinos? Like, what? They just got rhinos hanging around, and then they all went to war with each other or something, but nobody died, and you boys running around with, like, no shoes on, like, not sharing the magic flower. Then they burnt all the flowers or something, and only, like, kept one. Oh, come on. Ridiculous. Come on. Flipping magic flowers. I'm enjoying this stream, by the way. I like the way, you know, it was like you think you're gonna do one thing and then you can't do that thing because YouTube disables your ability to you know, generate revenue and take song requests. And then you just end up playing beats and just chatting with your people. You know, shouts out to everyone in New Jersey. How's my Jersey people? What's cracking with y'all? We haven't even done an international high five. All right, for the international high five, here's your question. Here's your question. Tell me where you came from to get into the MAZ, and tell me, what was the last good movie? Like really good, like a great movie, like a reason to go, you know, a good, great movie. What was the last great movie? Might have asked this before. I think we had a list, and I forgot a bit more. Kailash Rascal Nekov says, is it YouTube wide or only for Akira? It's only for me. It's only for me. They've turned me off. Hopefully they turn me on again. Pray. Let us pray that they turn me back on, you know. Chris Olin says, Wesley Snipes is a beast. Yes, he is.
Give me some.
He is a beast. CO9 Production says, I haven't watched new TV or movies in almost 4 years. I mean, yeah, I mean, what's the point? You know, you could be playing Animal Crossing. Why bother? You could be shaking a tree. Why didn't anyone tell me that that's what Animal Crossing is? Animal Crossing is a game about shaking trees. It's amazing. You just shake a tree and a stick comes out. And you can only carry about 3 sticks at any one time, so you have to like go, like do something with the stick, and then you get to catch a butterfly and you're mad pleased. You're like, hey, I got a butterfly. Nobody told me. Bucko Chip says Joker. Joker was a solid like 7, which in 2019 is a masterpiece. It was pretty good. It was pretty good. Pretty good for a Taxi Driver remake with green hair. Green hair on a Taxi Driver remake. Pretty good. Pretty good for 2020. Michael Parlato in Dirty Jers. How are you doing in Dirty Jers? What are you doing? Are you like, what are you doing to survive having no electricity? Joshua Tran in the crumbling city of Seattle. Interstellar was fantastic. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was good. I'll have to watch that again to like, but like, that was pretty good. That was pretty beautiful, actually. Yeah. Shouts out to that one. That was the one with the library and all that, right? I haven't seen 1918. Everyone's telling me to see 1918. I watched 1918. Shouts out to you. Marco Lianing, Edmonds WA in The Green Book is an excellent movie. Hey, thank you. Jacob Chapper, Austin, Texas. Land of the Gods. Well. 1941, the World War I movie. Okay. Multiple people say to watch that. Joe's Bakery in Edinburgh, Land of the Gods, Scotland. Groundhog Day. What a brilliant movie. You couldn't get away with that in 2020. It's just too good. Imagine pitching it. Well, it's about a regular guy. And he goes through lots of suffering and trials and what have you to realize, you know, the true purpose of existence. No, he doesn't battle a giant CGI copy of himself at the end. No, we could make him do that. Imagine Bill Murray battling a big CGI Bill Murray. Yeah! Joe's Bakery says, you must feel like you live in a Groundhog Day of sorts. Who, me? What, you mean getting up and doing a stream every day? Every day, wake up, run up here, do a stream, and then 12 hours later doing another stream. Yeah, you'd think so, but no, because they're all so different. I mean, they're all so different, you know, because every time it's like, well, it's you, baby. I mean, are you the same every day? Every day's different, baby. This is very different, I think, to any other stream I've ever done. It's beautiful. Clumsy K says, only if you love the peaches. We love the peaches. Show Rhino says, I liked Kingdom of Heaven. Not accurate, but it still impressed me. I might have to rewatch that. That was Ridley Scott doing an epic samurai thing or something, right? Or was it epic Greek thing or something? Didn't it come out at the same time as Troy? Troy was so bad. But maybe it was one of those so bad it's good and I need to rewatch it. But me and Wade went to see that in the cinema in New York. And we only went because it was pissing it down with rain and we needed to get out of the rain. We'd just been to a costume store and bought Pope hats. We had these big, massive Pope hats, me and Wade Crescent, you know, and it suddenly started banging it down with rain. We're like, shoot, what are we going to do? Oh, let's duck in that movie theater. What are they showing? Troy. All right, we'll see what that is. Went in there, sat down at the front with our Pope hats on. All right, down at front. Oh, yeah, my bad. Apologies, fellow New Yorker. Anyway, it was so bad. You know that thing when you like, and it's just so laughably bad, and we were just laughing at it, you know? And then everyone else joined in with us, and the whole movie theater was just in uproar, laughing at this just a terrible script. It turns out that thing was written by that moron that ruined Game of Thrones. The one whose dad was an investment banker or something. He has all these issues, you know. I shouldn't be judging other people. I just judge him based on his work. His work was terrible. Terrible. Ruined Game of Thrones. That could have been mankind's greatest achievement. No! And yeah, that was the doofus who wrote the script for Troy. Anyway, so yeah. I'll rewatch Kingdom of Heaven. It's got to be better than Troy. Cosmic Kangaroo, Australia, Parasite. Although it won awards, it was great, yeah. Normally if things win awards, that means they're dreadful and ideologically possessed garbage. Tahani AF says, Deadpool! Deadpool was very fun. I don't know if I'd call it great, but it was fun. And I love Rob Liefeld, and he's got my favorite Instagram account. It's the most wholesome Instagram account of all time. He just posts pictures of his wife and his kids, and they're all beautiful and lovely and sort of smiley in Orange County, you know. And he just posts pictures of like his early comics and his new comics, and he's just proud of everything he's done, and he works hard, and he keeps it positive, you know. Shouts out to that guy. OC. Shouts out to the OC. I never spent no time in the OC. I probably should have. I might have liked it in the OC. Yeah. Yeah. Michael Archangel says some people still need Disney. At least the old classics. The old classics are good. Aren't they like editing them all or something? Like taking out the crows and stuff. Are they doing that? Taking out the elephants. Elephants are aristophobic. Remove the elephants. It's not fair on people with big ears and trunks. They're trunks. Milton Dan, Melbourne, Inception was pretty good. Spencer Barrett says, what's a 10? It's a Wonderful Life, obviously. What else is a 10? True Romance is a 10. Alien is a 10. Terminator is a 10. Terminator 2 is a 10. What else is a 10, beautiful wife? What's that? I just said Alien. Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah, there's a lot of 10s, you know. Good morning, Vietnam. Anything Stanley Kubrick did apart from the one where someone else finished it, but that was probably a 9 anyway. You know, Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Akira is not a 10, that's a 100. Blade Runner is a 10. All right, yeah, let's stop talking about recent movies that was pretty good considering they were made. Now let's talk about really good movies. Drop all the best movies of all time in the chat right now. Flood the chat with the best movies of all time, and I'll just shout them out joyfully over the top of my beats. And that will make for a brilliant stream, because that's how we rock. Tahani says, A Quiet Place. I haven't seen that. Milton Dan says, Looper was good. We're not talking about good, we're talking about great. Looper was not great, it was aight. And that was that guy who made that terrible Star Wars film that I haven't watched, but I saw a bit of because my son likes to troll me. He thinks it's really funny to show me the bit where Luke is like sucking on green cow boobs or whatever it is. And doing that. He's looking like one of those guys from the park in Los Angeles, you know? Luke Skywalker reincarnated as one of those guys from the park in Los Angeles. Like, no wonder you're broke, Disney. What do you think was going to happen? Oh, yeah, let's throw all our money at this. This is very inspiring and mytho-poetic. This touches the human soul. The hero character from the previous trilogy sucking on cow milk and looking like a guy from a park in Los Angeles. Ugh. CO9 Production says Dumb and Dumber is the greatest comedy of all time. Dumb and Dumber is very good. There's no Caddyshack though. Come on. Christmas Vacation. That's a 10. Caroline H says the last good movie I saw was Waking Life. Waking Life is very good. That's probably a 9. And what was the other one Richard Linklater made? They had Keanu Reeves in it. It made me cry. I just cried at the end. They had a list of all their friends who died because of drugs, and that just made me cry. Made me cry. It makes me thinking about it. Just makes me cry. Actually, I'm getting funny now just thinking about that. What up, Richard Linklater? Ms. Superconductor says Blade Runner is my favorite movie. The new one was good too. It was good. Solid 8. Maybe even an 8.5. Marionette did not hate the live action Ghost in the Shell. Faint praise. What's going on, baby? 2001 A Space Odyssey. Obviously. Very good point, beautiful wife. 10. Godfather, 10. Godfather 2, 10. Godfather 3, 9.9. Not even nearly as bad as people say it is. Very good movie. Excellent movie. Battle Angel Alita. The anime, 10. Movie version, 8.5. RoboCop, 9. Matrix, 10. Gladiator, 10. Back to the Future, 9. I rewatched it recently. It wasn't as amazing as I remember. It was a bit creepy, but it was very good and fun. It's pretty creepy. Back to the Future 2, there's this real creepy bit where Marty McFly, what's his name who played him? Oh, have I forgot his name? Who played Marty McFly? Yeah, Michael J. Fox. There's a bit in Back to the Future 2 where Michael J. Fox is playing Michael J. Fox's daughter in the future, and it's mad creepy. Unnecessarily creepy. Ruin the whole film. Lord of the Rings, 9. Snatch, 10. Very good Kalashnikov. Groundhog Day, 10. I haven't seen Seven Samurai. Does that that's you get shot in certain states for saying that, apparently. V for Vendetta, 8. I don't know. Wasn't as good as the comic, and the comic had its problems. Dude! Lots of people saying Snatch. Snatch, I always think is underrated, but people are saying Snatch, and that's right. Snatch is a brilliant film. Apocalypse Now, yes. Network is great. I'm mad as hell and I'm not going to take it anymore. That's right. That was me coming out of Prometheus. I'm so disappointed. What a wasted opportunity. I was so upset by Prometheus. Oh, have I told you about how upset Prometheus made me? I looked forward to that movie for like a decade or something. I stayed up till 5 in the morning on message boards reading theories about it, just imagining, Ridley Scott back in the alien universe, gonna do the big God story, do the big alien where we came from, ancient astronaut thing. Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. Charlize Theron getting crushed by a giant donut. Indiana Jones, 10. Indiana Jones, Temple of Doom, 10. Indiana Jones, Last Crusade, 8. Fight Club, 10. Why haven't I seen Princess Bride? Pulp Fiction, 10. Very much a 10. Christmas Vacation, definite 10. I already said that, it's true. You know, Dread was good. I could watch more of that. Dread like that should just be a series. It'd be epic. I would actually watch that. There's like no TV shows I watch now. There's nothing I care to watch. Scanner Darkly, that was it. Trainspotting, 10. Wayne's World, 10. Bill and Ted, 10. Ghostbusters, 10. Full Metal Jacket, 10. Dr. Strangelove, 12. Yes, very good point. Lawnmower Man, also wonderful. Don't know if it's a 10. Yeah. Never trust a man with a pig farm. That's a very good point, Show Rhino. Very good point. Eric Brown says, V for Vendetta only 8. It just became a documentary this year. Based in 2020, viral outbreak, authoritarian government. Yeah, did you read? Yeah, but you know, it put in this stupid, cringy love story aspect that wasn't in the original, that was just a bit cringy. I love you, Evie. It was a bit cringe, baby. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I'd read the comic. Sometimes that spoils you for the movie, you know? It was a bit on the nose. I don't know. I don't know. Rocky, 100. Rocky's transcendent. Tahani AF. Rocky is epic. Forrest Gump, ugh. I don't know. That's got that guy with the disease in it. I don't know if I can mess with that guy. What was that film he was in? That everyone at school used to talk about it. Because in the 80s there was various movies. In the early 90s there was various movies. You don't have it anymore. Do they have boobies in movies anymore? They used to have boobs in movies, right? And they don't now. I don't know why. But they used to. And it'd be like, the young boys would be like, oh, this one's a good one because it's got lots of boobs in it. And there was one with Tom Hanks and a donkey. And everyone at school was like bootlegging that movie. Like video cassettes of that movie were getting passed around under the cafeteria, you know? Young Guns 1 and 2. 9. And Watchmen, says Andrew Clooney. So you mad? Watchmen. Maybe I need to rewatch that. I might have just got Zack Snyder all wrong. But when I saw that in the movies, I pissed myself laughing because they put Leonard Cohen on. When Night Owl and what's the name was started having it off in the airship. And it was hilarious. And I'm sure it wasn't supposed to be hilarious. So maybe I just had a terrible sense of humor. Yeah. Goonies, 10. Shaun of the Dead, 10. Top Gun, 10. Jurassic Park, 10. Andrew Clooney says, honestly, the trailer for Watchmen was even better than the film. Watchmen, the first 5 minutes of Watchmen were amazing, and then it was all downhill. American Psycho. Now there is a film. When I saw, okay, so I saw that film in the movies, and I'd read the book relatively recently, and the movie is very different from the book. The book is so hardcore. The book, I've never had a situation before with a book where I've been reading it and I've had to like hold it away from me, like I like that bit in the book with the rat and all that, like I had to hold that book the heck away from me. If you've not read that book, I might even say just don't bother reading it because it's just horrible. Horrible. Oh my lord. Yo, I was like, you know, Plastic Man, you know the way his arms can get real long? That was me with the book, like, get that book away from me. Get that book away, the book away from me. I was like Marcus Aurelius. Throw away that book, you know? And then I saw the movie, and the movie's basically a comedy, you know? And I guess the book's kind of a comedy, but it's very, 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 very dark. So the movie, when I was watching it in the cinema, I was like, this is bollocks. This is not the book I just read. Then I came to appreciate the movie over time. I saw it again in a home situation, and now I rate that as one of the greatest movies of all time, American Psycho. Absolutely magnificent. Christian Bale in that. That's the role of a lifetime, baby. And when he did Batman, it was great because he was just playing exactly the same character, you know? Christian Bale's Bruce Wayne was exactly the same, and that made those Batman films kind of amusing. I find those Nolan Batman films quite amusing. I know everyone thinks they're all serious and genius. I find them quite funny. I mean, you basically got you got Patrick Bateman running around in a bat suit, putting on a funny voice, going, hey, you know, doing that whole thing.
Someone
I am the darkness.
and say,
It's funny, you know? It's funny. Those films are funny. Then he does this whole, like, super surveillance thing and all that, you know? You know, and he's like a dick. This guy, like, teaches him kung fu, and then he sets his whole house on fire. He's such a dick. Nolan's Batman is absolute dick. And, you know, you really do root for Ledger's Joker, don't you? You know? You root for that guy, not that. Patrick Bateman. I mean, it's funny that Patrick Bateman's dressing up as a bat and talking in a silly voice. But, anyway. I forgot I did this. Michael Keaton is the ultimate Batman. Don't at me.
you know, it happens so often.
Don't bat me.
I walk down the street and someone 20 or 30 or 40 years old will come up to me and say, "You are Mr. Rogers, aren't you?"
Akira The
And then they tell me about growing up with the neighborhood and how they're passing on to the children they know what they found to be important in our television work. Like expressing their feelings through music and art and dance and sports and drama and computers and writing, and invariably we end our little time together with a hug.
Beetlejuice 10.
I'm just so proud of all of you who have grown up with us. And I know how tough it is some days to look with hope and confidence on the months and years ahead. But I would like to tell you what I often told you when you were much younger. I like you just the way you are. And what's more, I'm so grateful to you for helping the children in your life to know that you'll do everything you can to keep them safe and to help them express their feelings in ways that will bring healing in many different neighborhoods.
Harvey 10. Fear and Loathing 8. Not as good as the book. Monty Python Holy Grail 10.
It's such a good feeling to know that we're lifelong friends.
That's right, Maz. That's right, Maz. It is such a good feeling to know that we are lifelong friends. You know? And this is a place we can always come. We can always come here and see some friendly faces and some people who you know, love us for who we are and are proud of us for our efforts, you know, to make the world more beautiful and to be the best us as we can be. You know, a place where no one's judgmental and, you know, everyone's got good taste in movies and really good taste in music. I mean, you couldn't find a group of people with better taste in music than you do here at the MAZ. I mean, basically, MAZ, I'm just so proud of you.
Proud of you. I'm proud of you. I hope that you're as proud as I am. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. I hope that you are proud of you too. I am.
I am.
I am.
I am. Ooh.
I am.
Flower. Proud of you, Biological Bootloader. Proud of you, Cindy Bailey. Proud of you. Proud of you, Chode Riding. Proud of you, Milton Dan. I'm proud of you. Proud of you, YouTube hero Alex. Yeah. Proud of you. I'm proud of you. Proud of you, Vanessa. I hope that you are proud of you too. Smash that wave emojis thing if you are proud of you. Because I know I am. I know I am, baby.
There are so many ways to grow. There isn't a whole lot we can do about our outside kind of growth. Some of us grow tall, some of us grow short, some of us have one color skin and some of us have another. That's all outside stuff, but we all have insides too. We all have insides too. We all have insides too. And our insides have a different way of growing. Our thoughts and our feelings grow. And there's a lot we can do about them. We can try to understand them and love them and help them to grow well and turn out to be glad we're the way we are. But we all have insides too. We all have insides too. We all have insides too. And our insides have a different way of growing. And we can always try to remember that we're much more than one thing. We're much more than our arms, or our legs, or our eyes, or our skin, or our hair, but we all have insides too. We all have insides too. We all have insides too. And our insides have a different way of growing. When When I was very young, I had a dog that I loved very much. Her name was Mitzi. And she got to be old, and she died. And I was very sad when she died, because she and I were good pals. And when she died, I cried. And my grandmother heard me crying, I remember. And she came and she just put her arm around me, because she knew I was sad. She knew how much I loved that dog. And my dad said we'd have to bury Mitzi. And I didn't want to. I didn't want to bury her because I thought I'd just pretend that she was still alive. But my dad said that her body was dead and we'd have to bury her. So we did. After my dog Mitzi died, my aunt and uncle gave me a toy dog
used to play with. Even now, I can still remember Mitzi's prickly fur and her curly tail. She had a tail that went around like that. I really missed her when she died. Sometimes people get sad, and they really do feel bad. Sometimes people get sad, and they really do feel bad. But the very same people who are sad sometimes are the very same people who are glad sometimes. It's funny, but it's true. It's the same, isn't it, for me? Isn't it the same for you?
Make some noise for Mitzi. He loved that dog, you know? We all go to Hashways, we all go to Mitzi. We all have feelings too.
There are
And there are many ways to say,
and letters
I love
and
you,
clouds.
MAZ.
There are many ways to tell and show
1, 4,
people
3,
you
baby.
love them. There are many ways to say I love you. There are many ways to say I care about you. Many ways. Many ways. Many ways to say I love you.
Hey.
I love you. I love you. I love you. There are many ways to say I love you. Just by being there when things are sad and scary. Just by being there. Being there to say I love you. I love you. I love you. We're asked to do it. Drawing special pictures for the holidays. And making plays, making plays. You'll find many ways to say I love you. You'll find many ways to understand what love is. Many ways, many ways, many ways to say I love you. I love you. As you grow, I trust that you are finding many more ways to show and tell people that you love them. Those are the most important things that you'll ever learn to do. Because loving people and animals and the world we all live in is the most important part of
Most important part of what, Fred Rogers? How could you leave me hanging like that? Come on. Come on. Come on. Yo, you can't see this, but your boy Walter White just fell over and smashed the keyboard there and nearly ended the stream. That would have been a disaster. Oh wait, has the screen gone black? Has he ended the stream? What's happened? Let's have a look. No, he hasn't. Okay, fine. Weird stuff going on back here anyway, but that's fine. How are you all doing? 143. 143. Best stream of all time, the I Love You stream. Cause I love you. Because YouTube have disabled our ability to accept super chats. And we exist regardless, you know? We regulate regardless. And we also play vinyl records now.
Never wake up.
Vinyl records are a bit more tricky to queue up. I forgot about this. I actually learned to DJ on vinyl. And it's really difficult to get the beginning of the song. I'll put the thing on so you can hear me attempting.
Right to go to.
It's very, very difficult. You have to go, move the needle slightly.
Never.
No, you're still not in the right place. That's why disco records used to be so long, because the DJs needed a long time to be able to queue up the next record and get it in the same BPM. That'll do. No, I mean, that was imperfect, wasn't it? That'll do isn't good enough. That was it. There you go. Perfect. Hurrah!
Akira. This ain't no middle of the road.
You love yourself in terms of what is other. In terms of what is other. You love yourself in terms of what is other. In terms of what is other. Now, when you go deeply into the nature of selfishness, what do you discover? You say, I love myself, I seek my own advantage. Now, what is the self that I love? What do I want? And that becomes an increasingly ever-deepening puzzle. Now, I've often referred to this when you say to somebody else, I love you. It's always rather disconcerting to the person to whom you say that. If you imply that you love them with a pure, disinterested, and holy love, they automatically suspect it as being a little bit phony. But if you say, I love you so much I could eat you, that's an expression, as a way of saying to a person, you attract me so much that I can't help it. I'm absolutely bowled over by you. I'm gone. And people like that. Then they feel they're really being loved, that it's absolutely genuine. But now, I love you so much I could eat you. Now what the devil do I want? I certainly don't want to eat the girl in the sense of literally devouring her, because then she'd disappear. But I love myself. And what is me? In what way do I know me? Well, it suddenly occurs to me that I know me only in terms of you. See, when I think of anything that I know and that I like, then it's always something that can be viewed as other than me. I can never get to look at me, real me. It's always behind. It's always hidden. And I really don't know it well enough to know whether I love it or not. Maybe I don't. Maybe it's an appalling mess. But certainly the things I do love and that I want from a selfish point of view, when I really think about them, they're all something else that's in a way outside me. You love yourself in terms of what is other. In terms of what is other. You love yourself
terms of what is other, in terms of what is
Now
other.
we saw that there is a reciprocity, a total mutual interdependence between what we call the self and what we call the other. That's the warp and the woof. And so if you are perfectly honest about loving yourself, and you don't pull any punches, you don't pretend that you are anything other than exactly what you are, you suddenly come to discover that the self you love, if you really go into it, is the universe. You suddenly come to discover that the self you love, if you really go into it, is the universe. You don't like all of it. You are selective about it, as we saw in the beginning. Perception is selection. But on the whole, you love yourself in terms of what is other, in terms of what is other.
You love yourself in terms of what is other, in terms of what is other.
You love yourself in terms of what is other, in terms of what is other.
You love yourself in terms of what is other,
In terms of what is other. Because it's only in terms of what is other that you have a self at all.
That's right. That's right, baby. Hey. 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 Ooh, there you go, baby. The warm. Listen to that. Oh, the warm, beautiful sound of What's Wave vinyl. Ooh, and a delay coming off of the needle coming up at slightly the wrong point. The magic of vinyl, baby. Make some noise for that. Make some noise for the magic of vinyl. Make some noise for yourself. 143. 143. I love you. And you, and you, and you, and you. Thank you to everyone who was here tonight. Got to shout out everyone who's supporting. No super chats. We're allowed tonight. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Susan. But, thank you everyone who was here. You supported with your wisdom, your beauty, your righteousness, your wave emojis, your bad motherfuckerdom. Jim Carter, thank you. FL Space Bear, thank you. Jim Carter. Why did I say Jim Carter twice? I did. Hey, I like shouting out names at the end of streams. Let's just shout out everyone who's contributed to the chat. That gets listed on my back end. I don't know why, but it does. Gets listed on my back end. So let's shout out everyone who contributes to the chat. Participants, they call it on the back. And they're not listing many. I don't know why. I feel there's only about 10. I've seen so many people chatting tonight. Well, I'll shout out the ones I can see in a list. Neocortex 404. Anna Patricia Lucero Juarez. Austin Z. Caroline H. Cedra Tej, Show Rhino, Cosmic Kangaroo, FL Space Bear, Flame Broiled Squirrel, Great Flower, Jim Carter, Joe's Bakery, Joshua Trent, Machionis, Milkman Dan, Nick Mayorga, Stephen Williams, Word XP, Wild and Crazy Kids. Oh, suddenly lots of other names are popping up, but I've been reading them in a list and I can't tell. Tahani AF, Stephen Williams, Wild and Crazy Kids, YouTube Hero Alex, Hurrah, Steven, Jim Carter, Grey Flower, Flame Broad Squirrel, Ego Cognis. All of y'all, all of y'all who were here tonight, thank y'all for being here for 143. Shouts out to all the people in New Jersey who don't have any electrics. Proud of you, keeping it rocking. Particularly those of you with no electrics who tuned into the meaning stream regardless, using that precious juice. Yeah, shouts out to you. Shouts out to Nikolai Tesla. Great Flower says, shouts out to Akira for managing to pronounce our usernames. I do my very best. I do my very best, and that's pretty... What else can you do, you know? What else can you do but your very best? And that's what I do. Once again, thank you to everyone who's been supporting. No super chats right now. If you want to show your support... Look, I look like an angel. Hey! If you want to show your support... You can always use the PayPal link for a one-time donation. You can always go to Bandcamp and download music there. You can go to meaningwave.com, buy a Meaningwave t-shirt. It's good to know that Meaningwave exists, and it's good to advertise that on your person, you know? I find that to be a good way of going about life. What else can you do? You can join the Patreon. You can join the YouTube channel, possibly. Maybe that won't work right now. I don't know. But you can join the Patreon. That does work. You can smash that like. You can share that link. You can ring your mum. You can say, hey, mama. And she'll, I know. Meaningwave exists. Ring somebody else. You go, all right. Fine, I will. I'll ring Ridley Scott. Hey, Ridley Scott. Oh, hello. How are you? Ridley Scott, how did you manage to fuck up Prometheus so badly? Well, now, anyway, doesn't matter about that. Doesn't matter, Ridley Scott. Doesn't matter. Alien was so good. You could murder 500 people in broad daylight with a camera crew, and we'd still say you were a great man. Yes, we would, because you made Alien, Ridley Scott. Thank you very much. But anyway, Ridley Scott, I just wanted to say one thing. Well, what's that? Meaningwave exists! And when you've done that, you can join me for a buy 5. How does that sound? How does that sound? Joining still works, does it? I didn't get a notification that anybody joined. It doesn't say anybody joined. Did you join? Didn't tell me. Anyway, we'll be here tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. on Twitch. Yeah, we will. We will. Look, I look like an angel. Anyway, join me for Buy 5. What a wonderful stream this has been. This might be my favorite stream of all time. Meaning stream 131. I love you. I do, though. I do. It's true.
Good.
All right, cock back. No, do it this way. What are you laughing at, Alan Watts?
Good.
Yeah, that's right. It's done is good. 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. We'll be back tomorrow. Hey, I've got a mix for you tomorrow. I'm going to give you a mix. How about that? If you're a member of the channel, you'll be able to download that mix. Download it. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. So look forward to that special mix tomorrow for you. Thank you all for being here. Sweet dreams. I love you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes, it's true. Ooh. Yes, I do. Do. Hey, do. Piss off mob thing. Yeah.